There will be a dangerous weapon on the field on Saturday. No, we're not talking post-game when the axe is awarded to the winner of this contest. We're talking about Mohamed Ibrahim. Great time to subscribe to the channel. Big Ten content every single day. Always mash that like button to spread the word of Big Ten Ted to the masses. I don't think anybody is running harder. I don't think anybody's breaking more tackles, getting more 5, 6, 7 yard tough runs than Mohamed Ibrahim right now. He's as good as it gets. When you talk about this matchup, who's going to take home the axe? It starts and ends with Mohamed Ibrahim, right? If Mohamed is able to run the ball like he did against Iowa, a really good Iowa defense, in my opinion, a better Iowa defense, run defense than the Wisconsin Badgers, Minnesota's going to wind the clock. Minnesota's going to dominate the time of possession. Minnesota is going to win this football game if Mohamed Ibrahim can do what he does. But if Wisconsin steps up their game and they clog the middle and they slow down Mohamed Ibrahim and they force Ethan Kaliakmanis to beat them, well, now we're talking about just a little bit of a different scenario. This game hinges on Mohamed Ibrahim's ability to run the football. No question about it. It's all about Mo. So what does Wisconsin have to do? Well, it's going to be a tough task because they're without one of their best defenders in Nick Herbig. The targeting call last week made in the middle of the game means he's out for the first half of this game after failing to win his appeal. So they're going to need a big performance on the defensive line from Keanu Benton. He's really stepped up, especially late in the season. Outside of Nick Herbig, he's probably the best defender on this Wisconsin defense, and a Wisconsin defense that continues to get better, and it's starting to look like a Badger defense that we're used to under Jim Leonhard's tutelage. So they're going to need to clog the middle. They need to sell out. No questions asked. Because if Wisconsin is able to sell out and even slow down Mohamed Ibrahim, even if he gets 110 yards, Minnesota is still going to need 100, 150 yards in the passing game. I just don't know if that's in the cards, because even if Ethan Kaliakmanis can throw the ball around, can these wide receivers get free from Alexander Smith and Jay Shaw and John Torchio? This is a very good secondary at Wisconsin, and considering the issues that the Golden Gophers have had in the passing game, specifically at wide receiver, I think the matchup's got to favor this Wisconsin secondary when matching up against these Minnesota wide receivers. Now you look at the other side of the football. Been saying it all year long. Man, I said this back in August. You got to keep the ball out of the hands of Graham Mertz. Now, it looks like Braylon Allen is going to be able to go, but he's going to be banged up. It sounds like Jim Leonhard is going to have to manage him a little bit. So they're going to need a three-headed monster on the ground. It's not going to be an easy task against this Minnesota defense. Iowa really wasn't able to move the ball on the ground against this Gopher defense. Can the combination of Braylon Allen, Ches Malusi, and Isaac Guerrero do that? They're going to need it. And I think having all three backs, they kind of offer all offer something different, and I think that change of pace could. I'm not saying it will, but it could kind of mess around with what Minnesota is trying to throw at Wisconsin defensively. Now, I said keep the ball out of the hands of Graham Mertz. Graham Mertz, less is more. Okay, because you got two wide receivers on the outside that I believe are, in terms of the passing game, probably the two best playmakers on the field, probably outside of Mohamed Ibrahim and Braylon Allen. You look at Chimere Dike and look at Skylar Bell. It's just, if Wisconsin had a better quarterback, this could be a really dangerous offense, but Graham Mertz throws ridiculous interceptions. He makes bad decisions. He has not improved. If he's improved, it's been very little. He's been very stagnant ever since he's been on campus at the University of Wisconsin. And to be honest with you, I'm not sure if there's a future for Graham Mertz beyond this season in Madison, Wisconsin. I think that's how bad it's gone, or that's how stagnant it's become. But we're talking about this game right here, right now. It's going to have to be a heavy dose of the running game for Wisconsin. If this offensive line can't get a push against this Minnesota front, you really think Graham Mertz is going to go out there? He's going to make some plays? Minnesota's secondary is pretty good as well. Tyler Newman, Justin Wally, they got some players back there in that secondary that can definitely create some havoc. This is going to be a quick game because both teams are going to want to run the ball. Both teams are going to want to keep the clock moving and dominate time of possession. I believe this one's going to be very similar to the Iowa-Minnesota game. Minnesota, learn your lesson. Stick with Mohamed Ibrahim in the key spots. But Ethan's going to have to make a play, just like Graham Mertz is going to have to make a play eventually. Which quarterback is going to make the turnover or make the big play? It could all come down to that. Who's taking home the axe? I want to hear your thoughts on this matchup. Leave them in the comments below. Score predictions in the comments below. I'm Big Ten Ted, and we will see you in the next one.